I just wanted to, I hate to start off on a not so positive news.
Okay, wait a second. Trustee Otto. Kidding.
Okay. Well, as you know, there has been about 100 synagogues that have gotten bomb threats, and the Jewish Community Center yesterday as well received a threat. This is the second time in these times, post-November 2016. There has been a rise in anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, assault on immigrants, and I just wanted to reiterate that if any one of our students or community members feels disenfranchised or marginalized in our district, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I know our administration is dedicated and committed to supporting you. I know we have passed our DACA resolution, and I want to applaud this board. But I personally am here for you, and my cell phone is listed on the website, so as well as my email. And I want to hear if anybody is experiencing any kind of hate speech or hate actions. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Kellogg?
Very quickly, I want to thank everyone for really there are two, but I'll focus more on the ACCT, which is the Association of Community College Trustees, national organization. We had the legislative conference a few weeks ago. It was really more of a time to go back and to try to strategize for community colleges in general, in particular with what we do have with the federal government is with Pell Grants, which is really one of our financial lifelines from the federal government to the state and then down to the community colleges, and also the Perkins Act, which has to do more with career technology. So we were really there to talk to our legislative people as well as others to see what agenda we can expect or what type of legislative agenda will be coming out from the administration and from the members of Congress. So they were all positive meetings. Obviously, our member of Congress, well, we have multiple ones, but our primary one, Congressmember Alan Lowenthal, it was, as I said, it's pretty easy. He's an advocate for higher education in general and Long Beach City College in particular. So, but it was well done, as the student trustee did mention, having to be there with some members and staff, and I think it really did. It was a productive time, well spent. Then the one before that was the one in Sacramento, and again, that was really more to begin the legislative processes that we always do. So those were very valuable. I think they were productive. And hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be able to report back with some positive legislation for the college. That is my report. Thank you.
Thank you.
President
Trustee
Baxter.
Otto?
I would just reiterate, I was at both of those conferences. In fact, the one in Sacramento, because of responsibilities up there, I was there for almost a week, and then the same in Washington, D.C. And Washington, D.C. was fascinating because nobody knows what's going on. We did get an opportunity to hear the new Secretary of Education, who had been approved by the Senate literally a couple of days before she spoke to us at a breakfast meeting. She was took her speech from our script for what the conference was, so I don't think we learned anything. It was brand new, and but it's just I was lobbying with the Chancellor's office, and so I think I went to 20 congressional offices over the course of those days, and we all talked about what our priorities were, but I think everybody's just waiting to see what's going to happen in terms of support for education and the direction that we're going. So that in the interest of time, because we do have an extended second closed session, I'll just end with that.
Okay, thank you. Well, I wanted to salute Superintendent President Gable on an outstanding State of the College luncheon. That was on February 3rd. And I thought very well attended, and the programs were excellent. Again, media was outstanding, and President Gable, you gave an excellent speech, and I think it was very, very positive for the college. The next day, I got on a plane and flew to India, which is, in case anybody wants to know, a 24-hour trip, not all at once. But anyway, I'm glad, it was fascinating. I'm glad to be back, and in the meantime, after my return, I've been to the ASB reception to meet the new cabinet. On Friday, Trustee Zia and I were introduced at the American Association of University Women STEM Conference. We had 350 middle school girls here on campus to learn about careers in STEM, and it was exciting to see these young people on our campus, and this is good PR for us, and they come every year, and I want to thank AAUW for choosing Long Beach City College as our site. Then on Friday night, I went to see Val Kilmer, who is an actor. I have to be honest with you, I had no idea he had such a following. Was in the auditorium, and I mean, this kid sat next to me. He said, "What's your favorite movie?" I'd only seen one movie, Top Gun. So I know the Doors, because I didn't want to sound too stupid, so I did say the Doors, but I had never seen the Doors. Anyway, well, I didn't know what to say, but I had my picture taken with him, and he's a very nice man, very, very gracious, and I thanked him for coming to LBCC. And then today, Trustee Zia and I went to a program at the Long Beach Unified School District honoring Dr. Felton Williams for Black History Month. So that was very, very nice, and we were glad to be there. Okay, trustees, committees, I'm not going to talk about those right now. Scheduled reports, on the agenda is a list of upcoming scheduled reports: Strong Workforce Program and CTE presentation, LBCC Foundation presentation, Guided Pathways, Student Veteran Services, Strategic Plan Update, Strategic Plan Metrics, Tentative Budget, and Facilities Master Plan Update. So we have a lot going on. And now we're going to hear from our three bargaining groups.
Excuse me.
So 11.2,
I'd like to make a request for an additional report.
what's your request?
For an additional report.
Oh, okay.
Sure. I'd like,
Trustee Otto, what is your additional report?
in a reasonable amount of time, I'd like to see a report from the administration on savings that we might be able to make in our energy, water, and other things here at Long Beach City College. And I know there are opportunities out there to do this, and I'd like to see the analysis that can be done and whether we might have some cost savings.
Trustee
Excellent.
Otto, would it be agreeable if we incorporate that into the facilities master plan update?
When
That
is
will be in June.
Maybe. So let's talk and see. Pardon?
That's part of the facility master plan.
Ah,
Well, the fact that it's part of it may not address the issues that I just said within a reasonable period of time, we can figure out exactly when that is, and we'll talk about what it would be a good idea to include in the report. Is that okay?
If I may make a suggestion, I found out that reclaimed water is not used at Hamilton Bowl, and I think we should be talking to the city of Long Beach, because if they would use reclaimed water at the Hamilton Bowl, we could tap into it for the Pacific Coast campus.
Don't have it piped in.
Well,
What?
that's,
Why can't we ask the city council to?
Aren't we on a timeline? President Baxter,
What, I'm sorry?
aren't we on a timeline?
Yes, okay, yes, okay. 11.2, Thomas Hamilton. Oh, he's not here. 11.3, no, 11.4, Janae Hun, thank you.
Good evening, Board, Interim President Gable, administrators, faculty still in attendance, staff, community out there. I want to just thank all the faculty who came out tonight. We had representation, of course, from our life science and culinary faculty who spoke to you earlier, as well as CTE, art, nursing, history, poli-sci, life and physical sciences, and foreign language. And so just a couple of comments here. So I attended the forum yesterday, the 5-hour forum. I was probably one of the few people who sat through all 5 hours. And so it was delightful to hear some promising candidates for our next president, some very faculty-friendly, student-friendly, staff-friendly candidates, some that look like they would serve as inspirational leaders and presidents for our campus. So I look forward to the selection. I just want to add, though, it's already been noted there were a few faculty in attendance. Many faculty had requested that it be recorded. I put in those requests, and I mean, Monday afternoon is a teaching day for most of us. It's just really not the best time, which is why I asked for it to be taped, and that didn't happen. Not an opportune time. I think a Saturday forum would have been better, or a video to be able to at least give the opportunity for democracy to happen that way. And, you know, just a shout out to the board if you're interested in hearing any perspectives from LBCCFA, please reach out. Let's see, I have briefly spoken to President Gable that I'll be emailing her some questions and concerns regarding the spring enrollment and the canceled classes. So I'm still putting that together, so it's coming. I'm glad to see a resolution to the ESL grievance. That happened in the last month or so. And just want to thank the board for the continued investment in professional development of our faculty, namely the fully funded conferences. I came back from DC. I went to one in early February. It was really great. It was a mentoring conference. I'm in the faculty mentorship program. It's something really important to me, and I think I'd love to see us develop further mentoring programs that engage our students to become future community college faculty. That's, I think that'd be really cool. We have a few of those here now. But also other professional development opportunities, Flex Days coming up. It's an equity day. That's really great. The LEAD program being supported by the district, and of course the community college leadership program that I am actually a member of. So I just want to thank you for your investment in us. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, public comments on non-agenda items. We have a student, Julia Bowie. Please come forward. Sorry you had to wait so long, but thank you for your patience.
You. Great. Good evening. My name is Julia, and I'm here to talk about the canceling of courses, specifically in the art department. I want to start off by saying that people choose community college due to its flexibility. Many of my classmates and I have full or part-time jobs and need classes in the daytime, at night, and on weekends. So the class that I was enrolled in that was canceled was actually an evening course. And actually I was happy to be able to attend the earlier part of the meeting because I learned a lot of valuable information. Earlier, the person was speaking about 26% of the students here are 25 to 39 years old, and 11% of the students are 40 plus. So together, that's 37% of the students are non-traditional students, and typically non-traditional students need these nighttime and weekend offerings. In fact, I also have a full-time job, and I'm a high school counselor. And I actually tout the benefits of community college to my students as being an affordable and flexible option. But I also often see my students going off to community college, and I see them taking many years for them to go on and transfer. And I'm sad to see that community college is actually developing a reputation for not transferring students in a timely manner. Going back to why I need the class myself personally, I need the class because I need to develop portfolio items to apply for a master's in fine arts in the fall. And this was actually my very last opportunity to take this specific class. Unfortunately, there aren't any other students here at the time right now to speak about their own experiences, but I know that for many of the other students, I remember myself 15 years ago being a community college student, and I would actually plan my courses like a year in advance. I would go in the general catalog, I would look at all the prerequisites, I would plan everything out in advance. And to have a course cut at the last minute really ruins a lot of those plans and is actually one of the major causes of why students are not transferring in a timely manner. And so just in conclusion, I know that our class was only 2 people short of meeting the requirement to stay and not be canceled. And I know earlier there was a discussion about having more qualitative data. So I wanted to actually come here and actually put a face behind some of these students that these decisions are affecting. And I just wanted to make a statement that yes, you know, we are numbers, but we're also not just numbers. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, 13.1, we are going to adjourn to a second closed session. There will be no reporting out, so you don't need to stay. I'll come out and say what time it is when we do adjourn. But I also want to go on notice that there may be a possible additional closed session meeting on Tuesday, March 14th. Then after Tuesday, March 14th, we will adjourn to the next regular Board of Trustees meeting, March 28th, at 4 o'clock, closed session, 5 o'clock.
Dr. Baxter, that is a special meeting.
Special
If
meeting,
it-
sorry, special meeting on the 14th. Okay, meeting adjourned. For the second